She's so lovely. She's so lovely. Yeah, yeah. She got me singing. She's so lovely.
Hey guys, what's up? Today, what are you doing? That's a part of being married. So today, we're doing a video you guys asked and we are giving. Basically, we're gonna do like a question and answer about being married since we have been married for 10 years in December. So we like real OGs in the game, and a lot of people have asked for our advice, even though I don't know, like marriage is a lot, okay? So I don't know if y'all gonna like the answers that we given, but we're gonna answer y'all questions today.
Ow.
Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you hit subscribe, and you can comment below some more questions or things that you want advice on, and then maybe we can start like this as a series or something like that. I don't know. It's all Adrian said. How do you keep the relationship spicy?
Please.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I feel like there's variations of like keeping it spicy. Like at the beginning, it's like probably a lot of sex, like all the time, back to back, and then as you get like more established in your relationship and like your marriage and stuff, then it just becomes like, I guess, wearing lingerie and like, I don't know. How do you keep it spicy? I feel like when you black,
I mean, but I guess spicy depends on what and what subject.
Because lingerie,
so subject could be
old after a while.
Spicy as in sexual spicy, keeping the relationship just not like boring in general, and it has nothing to do with sex. I mean, spicy could be anything. I guess it all depends on if she talking about sex. I think I'm gonna be honest, I feel like, true enough, don't get me wrong, the woman does play a role in that, but I feel like the man is more so responsible for it.
Uriah
if that makes
doesn't
sense.
sit down. Like he don't know how to
like
just be normal or just be like basic. Or
like
just
I wanna in that case, I feel like, just coming from my point of view, I think that as a Gemini, I think that for that sign, you are more of like a pleaser than you are I'd rather be pleased.
I swear that's what it is.
And I swear to you, bro, like
you like to please.
it's either these, like I feel like a please you as a Gemini, you be a pleaser. Like y'all can tell me whether or not I'm right or wrong. I don't know.
So you try to find ways to please.
So you try to find a way, and so even if it's like dealing with the sexual thing, you know when shit's starting to get boring, and so you go find something that maybe they might like. You don't know. I mean, you just test things out. You just never know. Even if it's a toy, if it's a person. I mean, hey, listen. Some people do what they do, but like I said, if it's just specifically to sexual things, then in that case, I feel like it's more the man's responsibility to add things.
But see, some men are gonna say it's the woman's responsibility because she's the one that's supposed to be sexy. Like, how could a man be sexy?
I think that's just it's to each his own. So whoever the person is that is more of like the pleaser in a sense. I feel like that they're the one that's going to try to find something. Find something. But then again, that doesn't mean that the other person get a pass and feel like that they don't have to do nothing. I think that on both ends, they both supposed to do something, at least try to do something. But for us, in a sense, I like to find new shit.
All the time. Like,
just new.
Every day. So anyways, the next question, the mommy motivation said, do other YouTube couples / families influence you positively? And if there is a positive influence, what channels? We don't really watch like YouTube.
No, I'm just playing.
I
ain't about to.
What?
I don't even know. Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't watch YouTube. We need to start like sitting down and watching stuff together and stuff like that. But we like separately when it comes to like society and social media and like phones and stuff. I feel like that kind of separate us a little bit because we'll watch stuff on our phones that we want, like, but we'll watch the same shit. That's what, like, It don't make any sense. We
I
just
think
need
that
to have
we
a set time.
sometimes not everybody has the same schedule. So in that case, I still do work, and so for example,
Yeah, so if
I may be sleep. Or, you know what I'm saying, and then she's still up, so in that case she might want to finish the movie, and then in that case I just don't like that. And so sometimes we'll just choose to pick something like, hey, let's watch a movie,
but
and
if
we'll
he
try
falls
to finish
asleep,
that movie.
I'm gonna finish the movie.
Then if I fall asleep or something like that, then I don't expect her to be like, oh, tomorrow let's finish.
Yeah, I can't stop. So big ups to couples who do that though, because they really be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. Like, how do you not watch something all day or for 2 days sometimes? Because some people are different, and he might not want to sit down and watch the movie. He might be like, tomorrow, and then you gotta sit like, and want to watch the movie.
If I don't finish it in that moment, then
he probably won't finish it.
I probably won't finish it, or I'll expect her to finish it, and then I'll just finish it on my own at another time. Or
so more of the story, we don't watch things together, but we don't really watch YouTube either.
Yeah, so I definitely don't watch. I don't watch no real YouTubers, and I'm gonna be honest, there is definitely not one that we look up to.
I mean, but there are ones out there. Like, there's this couple, I forget their name.
She watched YouTube. I don't think that there's nobody that would influence me.
Right, but
personally.
if you watch this, there's this one guy. He vlogs, and his name I think is Kier, Kier, and them. I think that's the YouTube channel. And he vlogs about his point of view of being a father, and like he just vlogs him being a dad, and like they do marriage videos and stuff like that. So like people like that, they're super positive. That's all they do. And there's people, like a lot of people out there like that, but it's just like I don't feel like I have a lot of time to sit and watch YouTube, because I do YouTube. I feel like if I didn't do YouTube, I'd probably be watching YouTube and have favorite couples and stuff. But because it's my job, I focus more on like trending things and like, you know, what's next, what am I gonna do next, and keeping up with stuff like that. And if they're not, which marriage and sitting down and doing videos and vlogs really aren't really trendy.
Before we move on from that question, I think that if I was to watch it, it would be a lot of African American couples, if anything. Not saying that I don't obviously that is anything specific to them. I just think that it would be something that I could actually, like, you know what I'm saying, relate with, or I think it would be like the but to be honest with you, obviously not a lot of African American families staying together, or something always happening, man, and it's just you know what I mean, it's just always some shit happening,
right? And that's what I think that I'm trying to do in the direction of, like, my vlogs and my channel is to show, because we've been married so long and been together so long, like, I want to show people, like, what it is to be married and being together for a long time. Not 3 years, 4 years, not just meeting somebody and then, next month somebody else is in the vlogs. Because I've seen that a lot. People get divorced a lot on YouTube, and it'd be like a whole nother person in the vlogs and stuff if they're vloggers. So, like, y'all have seen the same man in every video, in any video. If he's in any video, if there's any man in any video, it's Uriah in the video. So I definitely want to start putting more positivity and, like, showing y'all the real of being married and being a black young couple out here. Tracy C said, would you and Uriah be interested in creating a new channel strictly responding to subbies asking for marriage advice / help, because I've been needing some hardcore help / advice. Love y'all. I don't think we'd probably do like a whole channel. We probably, like I said, we'll probably do like a series and stuff like that. And if you guys like this, make sure you thumbs up this video and comment, and then we'll do more of these. It just depends on what y'all like to watch. And we will. Why is she back? Man. Designer, go. She thinks she like rolled over for you to rub her, and you didn't call her or nothing. Go lay down.
I don't know what she thinks.
So the next person was Peace and Love TV. She said, yes, what do you enjoy about each other? I think she said, would you start a business with each other? Honestly, I really enjoy your channel. So first, let's do the business thing. We already do a business together, which is YouTube.
Obviously.
The Bell's supposed to. So we would start business together, because that's any business that I'm doing, he's a part of my business, because I'm married.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he can't like, he has to, I feel like just by default, like, you have to support what I do, because you just have to.
But some couples out there, they don't.
Well, we do, and he's a part of every business venture that I do. So yes, we do businesses together. And she said, what she say? What do you like? What do you enjoy about each other? I feel like I enjoy that Uriah is like, he's really driven and straightforward. Like when he says something, he be serious. Like he's just straightforward with stuff, like blunt, I guess. And I'm not necessarily always blunt. Like sometimes I'm blunt, but I'm not always like that. And sometimes you need to hear certain things, but then again you don't. But I like that sometimes he's like that. Like sometimes, like I said, I like that. And then I also like that he likes to be a provider, and he likes to protect his family. And I feel like there's a lot of, especially young black men out there, who aren't really necessarily like that, and they'll just leave you with a baby, or leave you, like, you know what I'm saying, with all the responsibilities and stuff, and not be there to help you. And I definitely appreciate the fact that he's stuck around since I was 15, 16, and been here helping me raise the girls and stuff like that. So I enjoy that about you.
It's like, nah. Next question. Nah, it's like, nah. I think that, well, obviously, I mean, it's simple and short and sweet. That. No, I'm just playing.
Then they gonna be like, that's all he's there for.
No. But on a serious note, though, I ain't gonna lie to you. Since I met Marcia, bro, she been an all. I don't even tell her this much. Well, you know why? Because you don't want to tell them too much, because then they gonna be, think they got something on you. But she been a hustler, man. Straightforward when it come to, like, even when I was active duty in the Army, she was trying to find something to make some type of dollar from. Like, she always been like focused on trying to find like a hustle, something to bring some type of financial income into the household. Obviously, and the reason is because I think that she felt like she wanted to add something too. She didn't want to just be a burden in a sense. Yeah. And so I've always appreciated that she, at least, even if it didn't bring in a lot, at least she tried, and she didn't just sit on her butt and just, reap, I guess, the benefit of somebody taking care of you or something like that. She always tried to do something. And so,
can I say something? Or you
how you gonna talk about yourself?
No, because I was gonna say the reason why I started doing that, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, the reason why was because I was pressed to have kids early, and Uriah, which is a good thing, that's another good thing about him, that he wasn't, as when we were young, we were already married, and he still wasn't like, no, we're not gonna have any kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm married, I'm this wife, what's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids are next. We were married 3 years before we had Mariah, but my goal was to not make it like another even though it's still a responsibility, but like not like another mouth for you to feed, another, like, that's kind of what scares people, I think, financially, having babies. Like, we're ready.
That's when you'll never ever be ready. But you can be ready financially. I do not believe in, you'll never ever be ready. Maybe not mentally until you have a child, but I think that there's a place where you will be comfortable enough financially to basically be able to provide for a child. And I think that all ties into, like, your background. Like, for me, I was raised a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? The system was a part of my life, and so in that case, I never wanted to create a child and then have my child placed in a position where, I'm struggling or anything of that nature. And so, and which is true, stuff happens. I'm not saying nobody's perfect. But I just I just wanted to make sure that I had something super stable, life was stable, foundation built, like, that was undestroyable, indestructible, basically. And so having that, I think that then I would have been prepared, but still, again,
I wanted a baby, so I used to just try to figure out.
Don't ever plan a baby.
Yeah, that's what I did. I planned Mariah. She was planned. The name was planned since we were young, since we were teenagers. She's been planned from the get-go. Like, I was like, this is what this is. But and it's funny that God gave us her, because that's literally what we like. We didn't say really much about a boy. We'd always say something like, if we had a girl, this is her name. This is what we do. Da da da. So, I think that's where it...
Put my leg back.
What are you doing? I think that's where it started. That's where it started. I was trying to take a lot of responsibilities from him because he was a sole provider and he was in the military and stuff. And I just didn't want him to stress on top of like military stresses and stuff like that. Like I was like, I just want to do like home life with the girls, like with the kids and stuff like that. So I would buy like her nursery stuff and find ways to get money to do, you know, stuff with her and whatever I wanted that was extra, that wasn't a necessity that I needed for her. Like just all these clothes, like all types of stuff that I was trying to do. That's what I really was focused on. I think that's really what drove me to be like that. And even now I just really be just hustling for my family. So it's just like family is what kind of drives me like that. My brother is about to marry a girl that the whole family hates for really good reasons. How did you guys deal with hate from family members that didn't support your relationship? So the only person that didn't support our relationship will be my mother. That was like the only person that was just
the main person that you probably want to be, right. You know, approving the relationship. No. Well, what you think?
What was the question? What'd she say?
I mean, how did you deal with it?
I just didn't deal with it. Like, honestly, I just really didn't. I was an adult at the time. Like, obviously, if he's in a relationship, she said getting married. Yeah, getting married and stuff, you can either deal with it or not deal with it. And if I dealt with it, when I did deal with it, I would be crying, screaming on the phone with my mom, like, bawling. I was pregnant, big pregnant, crying, screaming, all that stuff. Whenever I would talk to her, it would just be a lot of stress for me. So for a while, me and my mom didn't talk.
I just wanted to say one thing. Go ahead.
No, that was really it. For a while, me and my mom didn't talk. So for me, I just didn't deal with it.
She hated me to the point where I'm in Afghanistan, and she said, "I hope he die." That's how.
And at this point,
so
it was
you think
extra.
that we just like, oh, she just didn't like me? No, I'm in Afghanistan, literally in the place where you can die in a second, and she on the phone like, "I hope he die."
Because she was mad because we got married.
But that's the thing, though. I don't know what their relationship looked like all the way up until the marriage part. But I think that once a person decides to get married, then
you're on your
own. Not really about being on your own, but I think that at that moment, that's a big decision. So in that case, if you don't support them in their boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, that's understandable. But I think that once a person decides to get married, unless they still kids and they just add a title or something, and don't really understand what they're getting themselves into, then I would understand. But if they know what they're doing, they understand what they're doing, and they're actually deciding to get married, then in that case, I think you should start to try and find a way to get along. And the reason is because of the fact that that person is now becoming a part of your family, and I think that's what her mother had to decide. Like,
she didn't decide that.
She didn't decide it in the beginning, but. And I think that I'm gonna be straight with you. She still don't like me. She she just tolerates me because of the fact that if she don't, she can't see her grandkids.
Like he's their dad. Like you have to at some point accept. You just have to accept that. Like I accept now. I don't like him, but I accept that he's a part of their lives. He's their dad.
And I ain't going nowhere.
And he's not going nowhere, obviously, because now we're having kids. So once being married, it didn't change nothing at all. But once I said I'm pregnant, that's when things started to change a little bit. It changed a little bit.
She still didn't want to be in her grandkids' life at first, or in Mimi. She didn't want to be in Mimi's life for real in the beginning.
She did. Everything changed when I got pregnant. Our relationship started to change more when I got pregnant. She just couldn't come out. Like I was mad at her because she couldn't come out to me having her because my little sister was like 8, I think, at the time or something like that. Like my youngest little sister, she was real little, so she was still in school and stuff like that. So she was like, I'm not gonna be able to come out there when you have a baby because I thought I was gonna have her naturally and stuff like that. But you called her when I was in the hospital and all that stuff, and y'all were talking on the phone. So it got to a point where they were able to talk on the phone and stuff like that. And I really think it was just Uriah. But honestly, I feel like if you're going to hate somebody, It has to be a legit reason, because with my mom, it really wasn't a reason.
I mean, they didn't say they hate her. They just like.
But
I mean, they might like dislike her ways. Like,
mom never gave a reason though. Like it was always because you were in her house and disrespectful.
I'll give you the backstory. So as kids, I'm 15 years old. I got caught in their house.
I invited him in the house as a teenager. That's normal teen stuff. Ever since then,
and she held a grudge.
Yeah, my mom.
Ever since then, and she just would not let it go. She was like, "You just disrespectful." I'm like, I was 15. I showed her so much.
He apologized as an adult.
Most respect as an adult all the way up until now. I never disrespected her. I always explained to her like I was a child. I didn't expect it to go this far. I didn't think that this was gonna last. I didn't think that it was a whole lot of stuff that played into that. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I was just a kid trying to get my rocks off. We didn't expect it to go this far, and so. But she held a grudge for a long time. I mean, even stages of the relationship. That's why I said that I don't know how the stages went, because from the beginning, I mean, I still kept showing her uttermost respect, even when we were just still dating, all the way up until the time that we got married outside.
She didn't want me to be with you. It wasn't
She
about.
Just didn't. She just
it wasn't
didn't
about
want,
you.
She
like,
didn't want me around. She just hated me.
Yeah, it was just like she didn't want. That's not how she.
Hated my
back.
Yeah, she hated my backstory.
Yeah, like
obviously,
everything.
like I didn't live with my
wasn't.
parents because I was raised in foster care, and then my sister took me in, and so in that case, like my older sister watching basically as my provider.
She
and
even said about you having
addiction
in your family.
All of it, just all of it. She just
about.
swore up and down that I was just the wrong thing, and so